My fiancée just found out she is infertile. She is hysterical and used this as an excuse to meet up with her ex-boyfriend. I, 27M, and my girlfriend, 30F, are due to get married in October. For context, my fiancée is the strongest woman I know and has endured the worst of humanity. I admire her strength and the way she can still laugh despite everything she has gone through. It's not my place to share her entire past, but her reproductive organs were mutilated years before she met me. She told me about it before we got serious because she didn't want me to fall in love only to find out she couldn't carry a child. I was fine with it because, as long as I had her, my life was complete. Fast forward to now, and she's had reconstructive surgeries to see if it could improve her chances of carrying a child because she wants to have at least one baby. However, the doctors have told her that she only has a low possibility of carrying a child, and she hasn't been the same since. She's constantly apologizing and keeps telling me she's broken and that I deserve better. I always try my best to reassure her and show her so much affection, but it's no use. She has already told me she's been thinking about canceling the wedding and leaving me because she believes I deserve to be married with someone who can give me children. I honestly just don't know what to do anymore. I don't want her to go, and my heart and soul ache so much just typing and thinking about her not being in my life anymore. If any of you out there have any advice, it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Commenter. I think the best thing you can do is sit down and tell her straightforward. You didn't start dating her and propose just because you wanted her to carry your children. You started dating her and proposed because you love her, not what she can and can't give you. And tell her that if you were gonna leave, because of that reason, you would have the moment she told you. Let her know you are still there because you love her. There are so many options for kids, adoption and surrogacy, etc., that her inability to not have one doesn't mean you guys can't have a happy life. Family is not just blood. Good luck, man. Hope it gets better. Update 1. First off, I just wanted to thank everyone who left advice in my previous post a few weeks back. Your support and suggestions really helped a lot. Alright, well, on to the update, I guess. After my initial post, I used most of the advice I was given and told my fiancée how I felt, and we both had a meaningful conversation and held each other crying for a bit. For a while, things were going well. My fiancée and I attended some therapy sessions together, and during one of those sessions, she broke down and shared her dream of having kids. She told me she has always wanted children and thought I'd be a good father and that I deserve biological children. I told her I was okay with not having biological kids and that I love her regardless of what she can give me. We were doing so good after that, and we recently started exploring our options to have children together. However, today, a few hours ago, she went to her own therapy session, and when she came back, she was crying and packed a bag and left straight to her sister's house. I've tried contacting her, but she blocked my number. She just sent me an email explaining that she's not in the right mind space right now, telling me I deserve better and that she's too broken. She said a lot of fucked up things about herself, and it breaks my heart. I don't know what to do or if there's anything I can salvage from what we had. We were literally just talking about our wedding last night and how we couldn't wait for it. I'm a big fucking mess right now, sitting next to a bottle of whiskey. I know it's not the right way to cope, but it's hard when your life feels like it's falling apart. I wish I didn't have to come to strangers for help again, but I've got no one else. If any of you have any advice on what I could do next, it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you everyone again. Commenter. I am so sorry, OP. This type of situation often breaks a person or a relationship. Clearly, your ex made the ability to have biological children a foundational component in her self-worth, and now she has to be refigure out who she is again and rebuild her self-image. I am going to be blunt in the belief the kindest way to talk about this is to be clear. I am referring to your ex as your ex because she is. Whether you think her reasons are good or bad, and no matter what yours or hers feelings are, she has decided she doesn't want to be in a relationship with you and blocked you. All you can do is respect her choice. Right now, you need to be kind to yourself. Mourn the loss of the future you were planning. Mourn the loss of the person you love, because one way or another, this is going to change both of you permanently. Accept and work through your anger at her. And yes, you are or will be angry at her because she has chosen to address her pain and your pain by running away from you instead of going through it with you. You will also likely feel guilty about being angry because you understand she is in pain. Work on letting the guilt go. Her pain may be an explanation, but it is not an acceptable justification. Our pain does not justify inflicting pain on others. Eat well, try to sleep properly, get some exercise. Think about seeing a therapist if you need someone to help you process your grief and anger. Distract yourself with learning something new. You need to proceed on the assumption this is the end of the relationship. She may block you for days, weeks, months, years, and she may never come back. If she does come back, you should insist on couples counseling before you resume the relationship. Update 2. I just woke up not too long ago, so please excuse any grammar mistakes, but I don't even know where to begin. My life has been flipped upside down, and I feel like vomiting. My ex-fiancée called me last night to say she needed a little space and that she wasn't giving up on us. She told me she realized her infertility was just one of many wounds she needs to heal and that she had a mental breakdown after her therapist session because of that realization. She later told me she met up with an ex that she hasn't seen in years earlier that day to talk in private because she needed closure. I got angry and felt betrayed that she went behind my back to talk to him. I understand her needing space to figure things out, but going behind my back like that hurt me so much. I told her I know we've both been hurting, but that was something I couldn't look past. She ended the call saying she needs this and that everything will be okay. About an hour later, her sister FaceTimed me to apologize for my ex-fiancé, and she secretly showed me my ex on FaceTime, laughing and planning to meet up with her ex again. I thanked her sister for letting me know, and she apologized again for my ex-fiancé. I've already sent a text to my ex-fiancé explaining how I'm planning to move forward with canceling our wedding, but she's just trying to make it out to be all my fault, that she's just trying to get her closure, and I'm an asshole for doing this to her. I don't know, maybe I am overreacting and probably doing too much, but I just feel too hurt. I know she's going through something mentally, but as of right now, I need to focus on myself. I really hope she gets the help she needs, but I'm already making arrangements to cancel everything for the wedding. I don't care if I can't get my money back. I just want to be left alone for a while. I feel as if I failed her as a lover. I wanted to be her support system through all of this, but I guess I wasn't doing enough. I wish I could have been or done better for her, but that's all in the past now. I just keep blaming myself for everything because I genuinely loved this woman with all my heart, and it really does seem like it's all my fault. I already miss her warm touch on my back every night, her whispering in my ear that she loves me so much, and her trying to climb my back whenever I'm doing stuff around the house. I have no idea how this went from us having infertility issues to this. I really want this to be a nightmare. For someone to tell me this is all a sick prank, but I know it's not. This is the end for us, and I just want to mourn this loss and move on with my life. Honestly, if it wasn't for my old man of a cat who has been showing me unconditional love, I probably wouldn't be here giving you all this update right now. If I have anything interesting to update, I might just for advice, but as for now, I need to mourn the loss of her and the future we planned. Also, thank you so much to everyone who offered support and advice. It really meant a lot knowing that so many people actually cared. Relevant comments. Commenter: I'm really getting the feeling that her ex is the cause of her infertility in the first place. Otherwise, why would she talk to him while trying to process the trauma of her infertility? Just be glad she showed you who she really is before the wedding. Hopefully you can get a few partial refunds on your deposits. OP: I never specified the reason for her infertility before because it's quite graphic. From what she and her family told me, her infertility was caused by an ex-boyfriend, not the one she recently met up with. He was extremely abusive, and when she decided to leave him, he pinned her down and mutilated her reproductive organs with a wire coat hanger. This left her with severe scarring, making it nearly impossible for her to carry a child. She has undergone numerous surgeries to try to repair the damage, but it didn't improve our chances. Despite my anger, I still sympathize with her because no one should ever have to endure such trauma. During the years we were together, I did my best to make her feel safe, especially because she suffered from night terrors because of him. Commenter: Then I wonder if the ex she is talking to dumped her because of the infertility, and now that she might have a chance at having a baby, she wants his baby? OP: I thought the same thing, but I doubt that's why she went back. Many doctors told us it was a very slim chance she could carry. We tried for a while before all of this, but unfortunately, she wasn't able to get pregnant. Also, from what I heard from her, he constantly cheated, never wanted children, and never wanted to get married, which are things she always wanted. But I don't care to know her reasoning for going back to him. Update 3. Well, it's been a whirlwind couple of days, to say the least. After my last update, things have escalated in ways I could never have predicted. So, after the call with her sister and my message to my ex, I decided to take a few days off work to get my head straight. I needed to clear my mind and figure out what my next steps would be. I spent most of my time at home, trying to avoid the reminders of her, but it's hard when we lived together for so long. Everything in the apartment screams of memories we made together. Yesterday evening, there was a knock on my door. I wasn't expecting anyone, so I cautiously opened it. To my shock, it was her. She looked a mess, eyes swollen from crying, hair disheveled, and she was visibly shaking. My heart ached seeing her like this, but I steeled myself, not wanting to fall into the same pattern of her breaking down and me trying to fix it. She begged me to let her in, saying she needed to talk. Against my better judgment, I let her in, if only to get some closure myself. She sat on the couch, clutching a throw pillow like it was a lifeline, and started to spill everything. She confessed that meeting her ex was a mistake, and she realized too late that she was looking for comfort in the wrong place. She admitted that she was desperate and confused, and that seeing him only made her realize how much she truly loved me. But then she dropped a bombshell. She thinks she might be pregnant. I felt the room spin. The timing, the emotional turmoil, everything was too much. She said she wasn't sure yet and had an appointment scheduled for a test, but she felt different, and it was a possibility. My mind raced with a million questions. Was it mine? Was it his? How could this happen when she was supposedly infertile? I was in shock, barely able to process what she was saying. She cried, saying she knew she messed everything up and didn't deserve my forgiveness, but she wanted me to know the truth. She said she needed me to be there for her, regardless of what happens next. I didn't know what to say. Part of me wanted to believe her, to take her back and support her through whatever came next. But another part of me was furious, betrayed, and confused. I told her I needed time to think and asked her to leave. Now, I'm sitting here, staring at the empty whiskey bottle next to me, trying to figure out my next move. My life feels like a bad soap opera, and I can't seem to find the remote to change the channel. If she is pregnant and it's mine, I'm not sure what I'll do. If it's his, I'm even more lost. I appreciate everyone's advice and support so far. I know this is far from over, and I'm not sure what the future holds. I'll keep you all updated as things progress, but for now, I need to figure out how to navigate this mess. Relevant comments, commenter, damn, OP. That's a lot to process. Take your time to think things through, and don't let her rush you into any decisions. You need to look out for yourself right now. Good luck, man. Update 4. Hey everyone, I'm back with another update. Thanks again for all the support and advice. It's been a roller coaster, and I appreciate having this space to vent and get feedback. After my last update, I took a few days to process everything. I avoided my ex's calls and messages and tried to focus on myself. I took long walks, spent time with my old man of a cat, and even reconnected with some old friends I hadn't seen in a while. I needed to clear my head before making any decisions. A couple of days ago, my ex reached out again, saying she had confirmed the pregnancy. She was adamant that it happened during one of the few times we tried to conceive before everything went downhill. I told her I needed to know for sure and that a paternity test was non-negotiable. She agreed, saying she understood my need for certainty. Today, we went to the doctor together. The atmosphere was tense, and we barely spoke to each other. The doctor explained the process, and we went through with the preliminary steps for the paternity test. We'll have to wait a couple of weeks for the results, which feels like an eternity. On the way back, she started crying again, apologizing for everything and saying she wished she could turn back time. She asked if we could talk, so we stopped at a nearby park and sat on a bench. She poured her heart out, explaining how scared she was and how meeting her ex was a misguided attempt to find solace in her confusion. She admitted she felt she was losing herself and was desperate to feel something, anything, that made her feel alive. I told her I understood her pain, but her actions hurt me deeply. I said I needed time to heal and that, regardless of the paternity test results, we both needed to work on ourselves before we could even think about getting back together. She nodded, tears streaming down her face, and said she respected my decision. We parted ways, and now I'm back at my apartment, trying to make sense of everything. The waiting game for the paternity test results is nerve-wracking, and I'm trying to prepare myself for any outcome. Part of me still loves her and wants to support her through this, but another part of me is wary of getting hurt again. I'm also terrified of what this means if the child is mine. Can we co-parent successfully? Will we ever be able to rebuild what we had? Or is this the final chapter in our story? I'm taking it day by day, trying to stay strong and keep my head clear. I've decided to seek therapy for myself to help navigate these turbulent emotions and make sure I'm making decisions that are right for me. I'll keep you all posted as things progress. Thanks again for being here and offering your support. It means more than you know. Update 5. Hey everyone, This will be my last update. I wish I had better news, but things have taken an unexpected and heartbreaking turn. After my last update, I tried to keep myself busy and stay positive. The waiting for the paternity test results was brutal, but I was determined to stay strong. Therapy helped a bit, giving me a space to process my emotions and figure out my next steps. A week ago, I got the call from the doctor's office. The results were in. With a mix of dread and anticipation, I went to the appointment, hoping for some clarity. The test confirmed that the baby is mine. It was a bittersweet moment. I was relieved to know the truth, but overwhelmed by the reality of the situation. I immediately called my ex to share the news, and she broke down on the phone, apologizing again and expressing her desire to make things right. We agreed to meet up and talk about the future, co-parenting, and how we could move forward from here. However, life had other plans. 2 days ago, my ex's sister called me, her voice shaking with panic. She told me my ex had been rushed to the hospital. Apparently, she had been experiencing severe pain and complications related to the pregnancy. I dropped everything and rushed to the hospital, my heart pounding in my chest. When I arrived, the doctors told me the situation was dire. My ex had developed a serious infection, and they were doing everything they could to save her and the baby. I was allowed to see her for a few moments. She was hooked up to machines, looking frail and terrified. She squeezed my hand weakly and whispered that she was sorry for everything and that she loved me. Hours passed in a blur. I sat in the waiting room, praying for a miracle. Unfortunately, it never came. Late that night, the doctors informed me that they couldn't save her. She passed away, and the baby didn't survive either. I'm writing this with a heavy heart, tears streaming down my face. I've lost the woman I loved and the future we were supposed to have together. Everything feels so surreal, like I'm trapped in a nightmare I can't wake up from. Her family has been supportive, but it's hard to find solace in anything right now. The pain is too raw, too intense. I keep replaying our last moments together, wishing I could have done something to change the outcome. I wanted to thank everyone who followed my story and offered advice and support. It meant a lot to me during these difficult times. Life can be incredibly cruel and unpredictable, and this experience has shown me just how fragile everything really is.